Welcome, bienvenidos, to this memorial session today with behind me many of my compatriots, all of the LA Mission College family. We are here to memorialize, to remember and celebrate the lives of some of our fallen. And we want to do this as a tradition. This will be a LA Mission College tradition where every time we lose one of our family members, we'll be able to stand here and look at the garden that is prepared. This will be the garden of our fallen. And we plan to, in April of 21, plant a tree, a magnificent tree, that will be a reminder of just how precious the lives were and how dedicated and committed our family members were to our students and to each other. Today I'll start with the male and then talk about two females. The most recent pastor who passed away, Professor David Jordan, who taught paralegal here on campus. He became a full-time instructor at LA Mission in 1997. In 2017, just 10 years later, he did retire, but he continued to work as an adjunct faculty member after retirement through the spring of 2020. Professor David Jordan, and I'm wearing today in his memorial my baseball outfit because he was an avid baseball fan. And I used to run into him in West LA. He liked to shop in that area at the market, him and his wife. And we used to talk baseball. David was the kindest soul. He would help you in so many ways. He was very approachable, and he listened, and he absorbed everything you said. He paid attention to you. It wasn't about David. It was about you as a human being. He was the finest human being I've ever met. He was incredible. He passed away in August 2020 of ALS. And I understand that even in the spring 2020, when all he could do is lift his finger, he taught a class. That's how committed he was. Because if you know ALS, it's a degenerative disease. There's no cure for it. You lose all your body functions, your nervous system, to the point where you can't breathe. So we want to dedicate this garden, the tree, to David Jordan. I also want to memorialize another member of our family, Maricela Quevedo. She passed away in August 2019 of cancer. She began working here at LA Mission College as a student employee in 1994. In 1998, she was a professional expert, and then in 2001, she became a permanent classified Mission College employee, SFP program specialist, and she was really good at her job. And I know those that will memorialize her can talk about how dedicated after hours, overtime, even when you didn't ask her, she would spend the time to do her work for the students. She worked all the way up as the classified position and passed away in August 2019. I did visit her 2 weeks before she passed away. I took a bouquet of flowers like these to her house and talked to her nephew. And she emailed me right after that because she wasn't able to see me given her condition. And she said, I wish I could have spent time with you, Dr. Perez, but I really appreciate you coming on behalf of the campus. I loved Mission College. It was my life. And she worked all the way to her last days as well. And then finally, in September 16th, today, in 2019, we lost our beloved Darlene Montes, Dean Darlene Montes, tragically. It was a shocker. We all couldn't believe it. She was young and vibrant and loving. You know, when you walk in the land, you once in a while run into an angel. She was an angel. Nothing ever disturbed her because she loved people so much. She was willing to give of herself, always. And so we all sorely miss her. She started working with LACCD Personnel Commission as an executive assistant in 2001. In 2008, she came to become executive assistant to the president. And I inherited her in 2011 as my executive assistant. She was just amazing, constantly thinking ahead and thinking of new ideas and how much she could contribute more to the campus, to the students. Her heart was really there. In 2014, her dream came true. She had talked to me from 2011 to that time about, I really want to be in academic affairs and really want to be a dean. And so in 2014, she was appointed dean, oversaw non-credit adult ed, dual enrollment, Chicano studies, English, communications, ESL, foreign languages, the library, and the Learning Resource Center. Now, how much work is that? On top of all that, Darlene was the type of person that would contribute even more. If there was a void or there was a gap that had to be addressed, she was there. She was what we call a baseball utility player. She could play any position and she'd do it well. So she passed away 1 year today. We are going to memorialize this garden in her behalf as well, and have a tree. And we already have a plaque, and we plan to get other plaques that will be able to name every single fallen LA Mission College family member. So here you have it. In September 16th, 2020, you have us to memorialize, and all of you who are watching this videotape, the fact that we indeed will always remember our family members to our last dying breaths, because this institution is beautiful and gorgeous and loving, and the students know it because of people like Darlene Montes, Maricela Quevedo, and David Jordan. Thank you.
My name is Carol Ackel. I'm the Academic Senate President, and I just wanted to say something on behalf of the faculty about Darlene and David. I know Dr. Perez said a lot about Darlene. What else is there to be said about her? I did want to take part in this memorial today to honor a dear friend and a colleague. Darlene was one of a kind, friendly, thoughtful, and generous person. She was one of the most hardworking folks on our campus. Anytime you saw Darlene, she was on a mission with a goal she needed to get to. I still can see her in my mind rushing to her next meeting. She knew everyone and knew exactly where she needed to go and who to talk to and what to do. She did not deserve to die so tragically, and we are still reeling from her loss. She was one of the few administrators who faculty felt completely comfortable with. She would often visit me in my office to go over curriculum matters. Not many administrators visit faculty offices. Not only that, she invited another faculty member and myself to lunch once, and we had a great time eating and socializing and talking about our lives. She made time to get to know us and to hear our stories. I relate a lot to Darlene. Things that we had in common are we really care about the campus. When we take on something, we dive right in and we tackle it. We make lots of sacrifices to ensure that the work is done. Darlene, you are one of a kind. You will be greatly missed, but never forgotten. From all Mission faculty. I'm going to say something about David Jordan as well. I am so lucky to have known David and to have worked with him closely for 3 years when I was curriculum chair and he was the DE coordinator. David had an attitude that would automatically put you at ease. He was funny and was good at cracking a joke and making the tensest moments lighter with his sense of humor. He was kind and gentle. Despite the conflicts that would happen, he was able to remain above the mundane issues faculty would have. David was very helpful, especially when it comes to DE-related questions. He was a great resource to all of us, and he never made anyone feel like you are taking up his time. David, you are one of a kind and a kindred spirit and your kindred spirit will stay with us. May you rest in peace from all the mission faculty. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Nicole Alba Lopez, the Vice President of Academic Affairs here at Mission. And I just wanted to take a moment to remember my dear friend and colleague, Darlene Montes. She was one of the key members of the Academic Affairs team. She was the most passionate, loving, kind, energetic person, and she had the greatest sense of humor. She was always willing to jump in and do more. And when we lost her, it left a gigantic void, not only in the academic affairs team, but in our hearts and across Mission Campus as a whole. Our family here has continued to move forward in her honor, but there is not a day that we do not miss her and think about how we can be more like her in our dedication and support of Mission College. So today we bow our heads and remember her and the other fallen, and really recognize that those that have left us are still with us in our hearts and within the spirit of Mission College. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Kelly Enos. I'm the Acting Dean in Academic Affairs, and I'm here to say a few words about David Jordan and Darlene Montes, who I knew and worked with over the past several years. Prior to becoming an Acting Dean, I was the Vice Chair of the Administration of Justice program, and my office was right next door to David's. Over the years, we worked quite a bit on different projects, different events, and I have to say that David was one of the easiest people to work with. Always open to new ideas, always going the extra mile. Every year we would collaborate on an awards ceremony to recognize our students both in criminal justice and paralegal on certificates they would earn. And so David and I would divide the work up, and we would have our event every spring. And I was amazed at the number of people and family members that showed up from the paralegal side of the house. And it's amazing how one person can have an impact on others. And even though he's gone, he'll never be forgotten. He lives right here. Darlene was an angel, as has been said before. Again, Darlene, very easy person to work with, very supportive of our Administration of Justice program here on campus, to the point where she was recognized by both of our programs for supporting us through the years. And again, she'll be sorely missed, but again, she'll live within our hearts, our soul.
Hello, I'm Vice President of Student Services, Larry Resendez. I just wanted to say how incredibly blessed I was to have gotten to know Darlene, David, and Maricela. They're three incredibly different people, but they share something in common that is so striking to me. They're the kindest, gentlest, friendliest spirits you'll ever know. And I just want to say that despite them not being here with us physically, I know that they'll be with us here always spiritually. That's what always stood out for me whenever I had a chance to spend time with Darlene, David, and Maricela, is their spirit. And a spirit is something that doesn't ever die. And so though they aren't here with us physically, I know that they'll be with us forever. And I just say, please rest in peace. We miss you and we love you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Carlos Gonzalez. I'm the Dean of Student Success, and I just want to share a few words about three individuals who I think that our campus loved, and you guys all heard it. It's David Jordan, just always that smile, always trying to help out anyone, and you see how the changes he did for our students. And Maricela, who I always say she was like my mom here on campus, aside from being my colleague, but my mom the 9 years of her life, I was there with her and I saw her, what she went through, but she taught me a lot of things, and something that I miss about her is just having that caring person. That person just didn't, all that struggles that she went through, and she never gave up. She never gave up, and seeing her last days, it's just, miss her. I miss her a lot. I miss her a lot here on campus, but also just being able to say hi to her. And mi amiga Darlene, I miss you a lot. I miss visiting you in the office every morning and just talking, not just talking about work, but just talking about how everything's going. And, I think about you every day. I do. That empowers me though. And just because of you, it's we're at right now. But there's no words that can describe how much I miss you. And just like I mentioned, being to go to the campus and just seeing you in the mornings and saying hello, and the last hello bye I said to you, I was just there with you. But we miss you and just think about you every day. Okay, thank you.
My name is Vilma Burnell, and I have been here at Mission College for close to 20 years, and Mission is very dear to me. The people of Mission College are very dear to me. They're a family. And I can say the same thing for Darlene, for David, and for Maricela. They were a family. They were not just co-workers. They were family. They were people that we hung out, talked, shared, we worked together, we built so many programs together, all for the purposes of success, all for the purposes of the students' success. We all had that common goal. We all came to Mission with a common goal. We wanted to make a better world for our students. And Darlene was that kind of a woman. She was a magnificent woman, a woman of faith. There was one thing that I can say about Darlene that really touched my heart is that she was a woman of faith. She came in here and she prayed for everybody. She prayed for that department and that department. She even went building by building and I bless this building, I bless that building. Because that's how much she loved this place. So Darlene is never going to be forgotten. She will always live in our hearts. The work that we continue to do here is going to be a work that she started. And we're going to continue that. So we'll miss you, Darlene. We love you. But I know where you're at. You are in a much better place. For there is hope after this life. This is not all we have. And that's the joy that I get, knowing where you're at. David, what can I say about David, my colleague? I worked with him next to him. It was my partner. We worked in the same department. A man who will always say, David Jordan, with a smile. Right, everybody? That is the way that he would end his emails. David Jordan, with a smile. You had an issue, you go to David Jordan, you come out of there thinking, there is hope. Yep, I'm really hopeful now. Because that is the kind of man he was. A man who would always encourage you, a man who would always help you see the beauty in life. When sometimes we couldn't see it, he would help us dig into all of that and see the beauty in each one of us and the beauty in each circumstance. So David, the paralegal program at Mission College, that's yours. We will continue to push forward so that that program can thrive. Thank you for all the work and dedication that you had to Mission College. Maricela Quevedo, I know Maricela since I think I was a student here at Mission College. She would always be working for the specially funded programs, and she would do the budgets, and she would just do just about anything, because that's the kind of skill that she had. She had so many wonderful skills, and she wanted to devote those skills here at Mission College. This was her home, and we're gonna miss her a whole lot as well. We're gonna miss all these three beautiful souls that has changed Mission College forever. They have made us better. They've made us a better college and better people. We are better because of all of you three. Thank you for allowing me to share a few words. Have a good day.
These beautiful sunflower remind us just how beautiful and bright life is, but also how beautiful and bright the shining and the glow of Darlene Montes, David Jordan, and Maricela Quevedo. I am now placing them in the garden that will memorialize and celebrate their life along with other fallen Mission College family. And we dedicate this to Darlene, David, and Maricela. That ends our celebration memorializing our fallen. Thank you.